What's up you guys, this is Junior Trader, and in this video we are taking a look at Nvidia stock. Guys, what's going on in the post market? This thing is at $849. We are witnessing a blow up and a ripple effect in the semiconductor industry right now. Guys, we had AMD's earnings blew up. This thing just blew up to the downside. Kaboom! Took Nvidia down with it as well. Guys, SMCI earnings, kaboom! Blow-ups everywhere, guys. This unstoppable explosions to the downside on semiconductors. Guys, this thing is just, they're just falling off the cliff, and Nvidia has been caught in that crossfire, and this thing is in that ripple effect and has lost its momentum. Now, as for the technicals, there is a structure change that happened in the post market on Nvidia, and if you have seen my morning video, guys, here on Nvidia levels for bulls and the bears, you will know very well what I'm talking in this video, because it's an extension of what was the price action doing in the morning and the levels that I provided you in the mornings on Nvidia stock. And check out SMCI stock video and AMD video. I did a coverage on their earnings, so check these two videos out as well if you're interested in. Other than that, I have other Tesla, QQ, and all other stocks as well here. So check those out, guys. So coming back to Nvidia here. This thing, as I said, has changed the structure again on the hourly interval, right? This thing got caught up in that crossfire, right? So what's going on? How do we look at the technicals now? Let's talk about all of that. I'll take you over also on the options data here. And let's get this thing going, guys. Let's get you prepared. So with that, please also note, none of this is any financial advice, only for education purposes. I'm just sharing here my opinion, nothing more than that. All right, so guys, starting off with daily interval. What we were seeing is intradays, it was forming good bullish trend, and we have been covering about all of this for so many days now. Getting above 824 was another leg up on Nvidia, and we got to the next level of 884 almost. Now, coming to today, well, I was even yesterday and a couple of days ago as well, I was saying that 20 and 50 days moving average above is full on again bullish, and we got that pullback as well yesterday, and we got bought back up over there. I'll show you a couple more things on hourly interval. Now, what is going on today is that we struggled to break above $883, and that's where I talked about this blue box in my morning video. So you can check that video out if you're interested, that I showed you on my channel. But what that thing talked about was, guys, that, all right, the thing is that, as I said in the morning, this is where if Nvidia can hold this blue box today and can find support here, this can take it higher again. Let me adjust something real quick on my indicator as well here, guys. Just give me a moment. If you need access to my tools, links in the description below. I have two indicators, two bots, and Wall Street alerts. All right, so and I talked about that if we lose this blue box today, where did this, first of all, blue box came from? Let me take you to the 5 minutes interval. And so what I was talking about, guys, this blue box is where we have a significant level, right? And this is where we have been finding the demands on, sorry guys, the real estate is not clear here. Let's go back to the hourly interval. Yeah, I can just explain you here. And what we were seeing is that this is where we had this pullback and a buyback up, right? Because we were in this uptrend, we came down, we tried to go up again, another leg. But what happened after that? The next follow through, we struggled, we failed, and this is where in the morning we found support, right? This price action didn't happen by then. So this was the area I talked about, guys. Okay, this is finding a demand zone here. We are getting bought back up. In the last hour yesterday as well, we got bought back up, and today in the morning we are getting bought back up. As long as we continue to go above 883, this is what I talked about in my yesterday videos as well. This is another leg up, but we failed in that region today. And then I was talking about in the morning that you are watching this blue box, because if we lose this blue box, that is the beginning of a structure change, and we will come down at least to this 200 hours moving average. We got there, finding some bounce over there. However, guys, structure is already changed. Now, Nvidia is at $850 in the post market. There's still 30 minutes left for the post market to fully close. It's not going to change much here at this point. But I want to mark 850 first on the daily interval so that you can get the idea of where that is in the chart. So let's do it. We are almost here, right? So this puts us below 20 and 50 days moving average. There's a highly likelihood Nvidia doesn't have any gaps to the upside except this just one. Depends if in the pre-market it fills it all, well, in the regular market opens, if it tries to go up, fills this gap, and then sells off again to the downside. But just note, we are below 20 and 50 days moving average already in the post-market. Gap doesn't have to fill, just note that. It all depends how it will open as for tomorrow, right? So now, guys, the thing is that the structure is changed. We are no longer in full uptrend. Why so? We lost that blue box. That was a pivot structural to keep it in the uptrend. That is no longer. I talked about, guys, this can, if it rejects at 883 range and we break blue box, that's a formation of double top. And this is the neckline of the blue box that we broke. And we are going downside, right? So technically, we are not bullish on the intraday. I'll talk about swing in just, not even on swing anymore, actually. Let me get rid of this red line here because I don't want to confuse you, because what I'm going to tell you now is going to be helpful as well. So any rebound tomorrow, if it comes to 859, that's not going to make it bullish. Even give it some plank to the upside, maybe 862 as well. It's not going to be bullish. It's just a rebound in the downtrend now on the intraday. Yes, if we get above 862 again, it's a change of 862 to 866. If we get above this area again, it's a change of structure again, and then we can expect some upside again. Yes, this is where the intraday structure changes to bullishness again, $865 range. But however, below that, any rebound comes, that is just a downside candidate right now. We are in the downtrend on intraday, and semiconductors have been selling off. Let's see if we receive a continuation tomorrow. And if we do, right, today's range on Nvidia is not that much. Average range it has been doing is $45. You can see here on my dashboard here as well. And today's range is not that much, but let's give it or take an average of $30 range. That may bring it down to 824 almost. That is the most important distribution bottom support level, 824. But since we're in the downtrend, there's more likelihood that we'll come to 824 this week, and things are looking again bearish on Nvidia, guys. This thing has a room to continue to fall now to the downside. So let's see if 824, if we lose. Now it all comes down to losing 200 hours moving average, which is very close to where 20 and 50 days moving averages on the daily interval. And then it all comes down to, again, this range between 850 to 824. Because below that, it's again that, guys, the play to the downside on that Nvidia is going to continue to cool off. It all comes down to that then now, okay? So tomorrow will again set the stage for Nvidia to either save itself up again in little bit of uptrend, whatever is left. It's on intraday, it's not looking good, as I'm saying. As long as we are below 865 tomorrow as well, we are still bearish. Any rebounds will be shorted on this thing, and this can continue lower. So things are not looking great. And as soon as we lose 826, that's the last, sorry, 824, that's the last straw. But we are already losing a lot of important levels. So it's all about if bulls can change the structure tomorrow. That's all it comes down to, which is above 865. Otherwise, expect this thing to continue lower. And then we will see if 824, the last line of defense, can save it. But intraday, as I showed you, we have already turned bearish. The structure is bearish, and let's see if we continue tomorrow to the downside and you have the structure break to the upside as well. That is 865. If we recapture it, we will start to look bullish again, otherwise not. All right, that's with Nvidia. Let me now take you to the options data. All right, let's take a look at that, what's going on there. And guys, again, so black line is the today's closing price, and the post-market gray is the yesterday's closing price. You can see bright green are the today's call. Again, calls are increasing dramatically. Even I showed you AMD video. Check that out, guys. I showed you everyone was betting on the calls. All these options traders, they're cooked. They blew up their account. They're gone. They have wiped themselves off the face of the planet Earth. Now they're gonna go in debt. They're gonna go in margin. and how many of them would have set themselves so much back now? Like they will be like, oh damn it, I thought I can make trading my full-time job, and now I got a back to job again. So I mean, guys, I mean, don't get me wrong, that's how most of the traders start, like 10 years, but more than 10 years ago now. I started like that, right? Yeah, before making trading my full-time thing, I was doing the things that way, right? But like I made a lot of, I mean, it's a journey, right? Like I made a lot of beginner mistakes, and I was like, oh, damn it, again mistake, right? I mean, I never traded options. I always traded shares, but I'm just showing you, right, what options traders are betting. But options are not cheap. I showed you options data actually on AMD in one of my videos yesterday, and guys, options on AMD were going super costly. And all these traders betting on the call side on options, they have lost a lot of money in just those premiums that they paid for trading options long on AMD. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit going on a different tangent here, but I'm going to come to Nvidia's options just a second. I just want to show you what is AMD. Guys, check that video out, guys, on my channel. Look at the AMDs just blew up in the earnings, right? Guys, check this video out of AMD that I did. That will tell you a lot. And then, SMCI as well. Same thing. Okay, now coming back to the options of Nvidia, actually, let me go back to the Nvidia's chart here. And coming back to the options here, guys, on Nvidia. So yeah, calls are not making money here, even though they're increasing. I'm surprised to see there's not much puts sitting out there. There's still much more calls sitting out there. So that's quite an interesting thing to see. I mean, yeah, wow. All right, guys, that's all for this video. Again, just because the direction where the traders are betting doesn't mean price is going to go there. And it also doesn't mean that price is going to go to the opposite side. No, options is just where the traders are betting their money. All right, it has to do nothing with the technicals. That's why I do technicals, and shares allows me a lot of flexibility to trade properly with the technicals, right? I don't have to worry about the degradations of the options. I don't have to time the market. Well, technically, I have to, look at the structure and handle my stop losses and risk management, but I don't have to time the market. Oh, by this day, will this work, right? Nothing like that. And so I can go like, as long as my structure is holding, but if the stock is going choppy, I can still hold that position, right? As long as my structure is there on the technicals. And there's just, yeah, a lot of options are costly. I mean, it's again, do you do what you want to do? I'm not here to tell you how you should trade. I'm only sharing my opinion, nothing more than that. And that was all for this video, guys. If you found it helpful, valuable, hit the like, subscribe. If you need access to my tools, links in the description below. I have 2 trading bots, 2 indicators, and Wall Street alerts. These are educational tools. Use them at your own risk. I use them as a reference, and that's all for this video. All right, I'll see you in my next videos. Take care, guys. Bye.